Hi everybody, Connor McDonald here with the Oracle developer community, back for another interview. I'm here with probably the hardest working Oracle professional on the planet, and that's why he's doing an interview, because he will do anything to further the cause of the Oracle community. Sai Janakiram, welcome along.
Thanks, Connor.
So I have to warn you, I've just done a talk, so I'm absolutely buzzing. So your job is to slow me down and make sure I don't get too excited.
Yeah.
You're obviously at the Oracle Code events. You're a legend of the user group community, Oracle Code events, Sangam, etc.
Yeah.
What have you done at this particular conference?
Yeah, this conference is for me. So I'm now a new developer champion. So my focus is to pass the message to all the developers more about what is microservices, DevOps, how to use this into Oracle DevCS, because it was very few people raised their hands about DevCS, which is actually a free of cost.
So DevCS being Developer Cloud Service?
Exactly,
cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So in terms of when I go to the Oracle Cloud site, there's thousands and thousands of cloud services. They just keep coming and more and more every day. What appeals to you most about the Developer Cloud Service? What are the things that really grab your attention on it?
So Developer Cloud Service is actually the single platform. I think in my session, as I mentioned, right? So for a developer, what you need a couple of tools for where you want to code your IDE. Also, you need some build system. You need a testing system. You need where to have deploy some cloud services. So Oracle DevCS is the one single platform where you can actually do everything, and you can just create a project just like that in a minute.
So I get like source code control?
Exactly, so source code control, and one of the best thing is they use all open source tools, yeah. So my recommendation is, since it's a free, for developers, just go and log in, and I think in this conference you have a credits, so that's the best way to log in, register yourself, start using it, and you're only charged during the deployment process. Otherwise, you're familiar with all the functionality, and you can actually influence in your customers or company. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, because the last place I worked at a customer was, they wanted to go Confluence, and I think we're using Git for the source code, and it took months just to come up to the speed and learn and configure it and get it installed.
Yeah.
So, okay. What's coming up in India for the rest of 2018? This conference is just about done. What's coming up for the rest of the year?
Yeah, so part of, so I represent All India Oracle Users Group with my really good colleagues around. We have 35 volunteers.
35?
35 volunteers, dedicated. They are sacrificing their family times and whatnot. And we don't know what we are doing, but so we have a couple of really focused events on lined up. For example, next month we are doing a real-world performance with Andrew and team. That's where you can actually bring any type of performance queries, and you can bring your AWR reports. The Andrew and team actually can solve that problems, and that's a place where you need to learn about performance. And also next month, it was an OTN tour. Now we changed to ODAVC Yatra. That's a place.
Don't say ODC. We get in trouble.
Yeah, not ODC. It's ODAVC Yatra.in. That's a new website for us. The challenge is you see in Oracle Code Hyderabad, right? So most of the participants from the local. But our idea is to go to the places where they're unable to attend these type of conferences. We bring speakers. I think you are part of many OTN tours, so we bring very special speakers. Go to for example, this year we are going to Ahmedabad. That's a new place, and people are so encouraged about the users group community. So we'll bring the speakers to that particular location, and they can actually network and learn, share, whatnot. Yeah.
Okay. In terms of networking, just coming back to your DevOps talk or your Dev Cloud Services talk, one of the things you mentioned is that DevOps is more about a cultural shift, not just a technical shift. I know even from being on some of these OTN tours that there's often a bit of a silo between DBAs and developers and whatever. What are your thoughts on how do we fix this? How do we make us a much more just a broader community?
So I think the couple of things, right? So that's what I was talking. Even my first question was in my session. How many developers and how many DBAs? My So like 90% of actually developers attending my developers, but I was actually looking the opposite direction. So I want to see more DBS attending my session. So they want to actually focus on DevOps, microservices, because the thing technologies is changing every year. And I think 2018 is actually more focused on, you see like even many companies are focusing on Oracle, developers, and Oracle is also doing Oracle code events. So as a part of community, especially part of users group, so DBS learn developers topics and developers learn DBS topic. I'm not saying you become an expert in one day, but you should know what it is. I think one of the best example I was giving, like you started your startup company and for example, you're a DBA, I'm a developer, the other person is an operations guy, right? So when it comes to any problem, you all three can sit and solve the problem. So you're not escaping, right? So you should actually have a community driven. I know one of the best again at DevCS is you have a collaboration platform where you can actually chat with many people and that way you can start collaborating.
That's funny, I saw one of the notes on your slide of it that we need to get rid of the throw it over the fence
exactly,
mentality.
it's called, actually I have a picture blind handoffs, like we just throw it and most of the time we create documentations, operations team never understand what we are talking and they give feedback to us, we don't understand what it is. So you are wasting time in between handshaking process. So now you need a one single platform where you need to collaborate. Yeah.
In terms of building communities, that brings me back to the user group. You've probably got one of the best user groups in the world. For those places out around the globe that have small user groups and they're thinking of ways to keep energizing their users, what's your advice to the smaller user groups out there?
I think I don't think it's depends on the number of users. I think it's more of, even I always talk to my leaders, chapter leaders, even if you're like 10 people are turning for this particular session, that's absolutely fine. They know the value of users group, how they learn, because I know we used to get a lot of feedback, they change their careers because by just attending some of the sessions. And especially I think one of the quote you mentioned somewhere, I forgot, you come to these conferences, it's more of not gaining the technology, it's more of networking with people. And you cannot get the same opportunity to tomorrow, right? So you cannot meet these people. So this is the best opportunity with networking. So back to your question, I think it does not matter number of, but it's only thing is focusing on the bottom line ultimate is how we are helping users in terms of their career challenges, technology challenges, and Oracle is always there to help us, right? So, yeah.
Well, you're a developer champion, so we're going to let the community know. We're going to have 5 little fast facts that you have to answer, one-word answer,
okay.
Just to let them know more about you. So, Apple versus Windows.
Windows.
Apple versus Android.
Android.
Lovely.
Because I use Android.
Aisle seat versus window seat on a plane.
Sorry?
Aisle seat or window seat on a plane?
Both, but aisle seat, I prefer aisle seat.
Okay.
So that you can go anytime you go to talk to.
And finally, when it comes to Indian cuisine, gulab jamun or kheer?
Kheer.
Oh, no. Gulab jamun for me every time. Now, we've got about 30 seconds left.
Uh-huh.
Your job is to look straight down the barrel and tell the attendees here and the attendees online what's the most important thing they should do tomorrow after this conference.
So I think it's, and my message is more of developers. I think it's something like, it's an opportunity when you learn driving a new car or something, you actually start working out in gym, right? So you slowly shape your muscles or learn one by one in your driving. So ultimately, after some time, you become an expert in driving, especially also same example for building of your muscles, right? So one day you really recognize, that your body is entirely, proper shape, right? So learn slowly. I think, again, I'm not doing any marketing about Oracle. I think Oracle is the best company where we have a lot of opportunities. They can simply say that, we have released autonomous database and, you're done. But they provide a lot of plenty of opportunities in cloud space. What technology is not available, tell me. So you have plenty of opportunities. So go and learn, and you have a free, I think this is the only company in terms of lot of conferences and in especially users group, like UKOG is around maybe more than 35 years of experience, right? So, so their presence is more than 35 years. So Oracle is there for they're supporting us from day one. So I think this is the only company where you can learn so many things. So please focus on the technologies. You sign up for the cloud account, try. Again, coming to DevCS, it's a free, absolutely free. Explore all the opportunities. When you deploy, then only your charges start. So try to promote your company for the developer platform. Yeah, thanks a lot.
Thank you very much for your time, Sai. As I said before, folks, if you ever want an example of passion and energy into getting the most out of the Oracle community and the Oracle products, this is the man. It's user group, code, dev champion, you name it. The man always looks after me when I come to India. He's a fantastic host. So that pretty much wraps up for the interviews for Oracle Code in Hyderabad. Next week, we're in Bangalore. So please, if you're in Bangalore or in the nearby areas, come along to Bangalore. We'll be doing interviews again. And we have one more, even better, we have one more interview to go. See, it just keeps getting better and better here. We just strive to give you more contact. So enjoy the rest of the conference, and we'll see you next week in Bangalore.
Thanks a lot. Bye.